Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at a John Doe that was found in Clark County, Nevada, 1982, October 10th, 1982. It says estimated date of death, 1982. This is on the Doe Network. 25 to 35 years old, male, 5'9", brown, straight, 4-inch in length hair, possibly with a mustache. The victim was found in a wash located approximately, and I'm going to say a half a mile, even though that's not exactly what it says, but you can read it, southwest of North Shore Road at mile marker 10.7 at the Lake Mead recreational area. His hands were bound behind his back with electrical wire consisting of a blue-colored insulating material. And then we're going to look at the NamUs, and the NamUs says October 10th, 1982, Lake Mead Recreational Area, Nevada. Estimated 5'9", cannot estimate the weight. Estimated year of death, 1982. Estimated PMI 1 week, white Caucasian male. 10/20 1982, these mostly skeletonized remains were found in a desert wash southeast of North Shore Road at mile marker 10. Large rocks surrounding the body and the hands were bound behind the back with insulated electrical wire. It doesn't mention the blue, but I am told that that's probably for a wet location, and maybe they cut that off of something in the area because the Lake Mead being a wet location. Might have been something they just found nearby. Brown hair, straight, 4 inches in length. And then there's the clothes. White long sleeve shirt, torn in multiple areas, and a pair of black pants. And that reminded me of this one that I did recently. And it says, and it was years before. Computer sleuths saw Vegas Man's Mystery featured on the Doe Network. For almost 2 decades, Arthur Westfeld Sr. had no idea where his eldest son was. You can read this if you want to or watch my other video. He learned his son's skeletal remains had been found in a remote area of northeast Utah. Okay, but the father, the 57-year-old security company employee, he's lived in Vegas since June 2002. His son's body was found August 22nd. His son had been a little while before, let's see, he hadn't seen his son since 1984. And I'm not reading all of this, like I said, you can look at it. But when they found his son, the body's hands were bound by electrical tape. And it was found by a 10-year-old riding horseback. And his son had been leaving to attend cooking school with Job Corps in Utah, and so he had been found in Utah. And for years, nobody knew what happened to him, and they were trying to find him. But they're bound behind with electrical tape. And then I keep seeing all these vehicles and stuff, like somebody will be missing in Utah, and then their vehicle will be found in Nevada. And then I see about this guy that in 1984 was found in Utah. And then I read about this other guy. Wait a minute. Not found in 1984. That's when he went missing, right? Let me look for the date real quick. So now I'm not even sure what the date was. 1984. He hadn't been seen since 1984, right? And so that's when he went missing. And then it turned out his body's hands were bound with electrical tape. And he was found in Utah. And like I said, you can pause it and read it. I'll scroll down real quick in case you want to, or you can look at the other video. So that's in 1984, maybe, when he got killed. I'm not sure. But this is 1982, and here this man was found in Nevada, and his hands were bound behind him with insulated electrical wire. So it reminded me of him because the year was close to it, and then I'm reading about the vehicles of people going missing, and then their vehicles being found in Nevada, and then I saw that, and I was like, wow, that kind of reminds me of that. So then I go look for John Does, because somebody that might be around 5'9", that might have went missing about 1982, We have this one. Whoops. Sorry about that. We have this one. James Francis Schroeder. September 25th, 1982. Last location seen Grangeville, Idaho. 22 years old. This guy is supposed to be, 25 to 35? And he's 22, 5'8" and 148 pounds, so that's close to 5'9". It says he has strawberry blonde short hair, but when I look at the pictures, it kind of has like a brownish looking to me. You know how when your children are young, they have blonde hair, and as they get older, it gets like a dirty sandy blonde, and sometimes it gets darker. So I can't really tell in his photo if his hair might look brown to somebody. Because some people look at it and they call it blonde because they're their parents and they know it was blonde. And other people will look at it and call it like dirty blonde, and then other people might consider it brown, but it just depends on the person and what their hair actually looks like, and I cannot tell in this photo. So I'm leaving him in. And so he was wearing a sweatshirt, a black plaid shirt, plaid brown pants, cotton socks, work boots. So it talks about him. He was on a hunting trip with friends, his campsite to go hunting. He was never seen again. Recovery efforts fell due to bad weather in the days following his disappearance. His body's never been found. They suspect that he might have become lost and succumbed to the elements. So, but I'm leaving him in because he went missing about that time. And let's see what else we have. We have this one, and this is all the way in Fremont, California. He has light brown hair, and he went missing October 5th, 1982. He was a runaway. Last seen 7:30 p.m. when he left home upset after a dispute with his father, who was the only one at home at the time. He was reported missing. 10 to 12 hours later, searchers found his bike along Alameda Creek Trail near his home. Initially, he was thought to have been a runaway, but in January 2016, it was released that this case was reopened, and detectives consider his disappearance suspicious, believing that the dispute may have become physical. Investigators obtained a search warrant for the childhood home and are currently digging up the backyard after a cadaver dog got a hit. Daniel's parents no longer live in the house, but his aunt does. Wow. So I'm leaving him in. You never know. This guy's too tall. He's 6 foot tall, but he went missing from Las Vegas, Nevada, January 31st, 1982. Sandy brown, medium length. Ken Schock lived in I don't know how to pronounce that. He lived in Kansas. He was on a business trip. He took a side trip to Las Vegas. The last contact was towards the end of January 1982. In mid-February, a friend of Ken's started getting anxious after not hearing from him and contacted his family in North Dakota. They reluctantly filed a missing persons report with the Ward County, North Dakota Sheriff's Department. Before that was filed, the friend was contacted by Washoe County, Nevada Sheriff's Department regarding Ken's ID and credit cards being found in a hotel room of Tracy, I don't know how to say that, Petrocelli, who was, forgive me about my pronunciation of these names, so sorry, who was a wanted suspect in some murders. Was interviewed, something, it says I, but I don't think it meant I don't know what that means. Was interviewed by Mike. Yeah, I'm not going to try to pronounce that either. And there were numerous IDs and credit cards of other missing persons in this hotel room. So they might have been killing people and robbing them and using their credit cards and things. It was later determined that Ken was a victim himself. It was believed that he happened to sit next to Petrocelli, forgive me again for the pronunciation, at a casino table. Beyond that, not much is known, as they weren't interested so much in Ken as they were in finding Petrocelli. Through the years, more interest was expressed in Ken, but the main target was Petrocelli and solving multiple crimes and murders. He is now on death row in Nevada. Information, source, a family, and friend. So, I don't know what's true, what's not true, but that's the information that's there, and that's what I'm reading. So we have this one. He went missing Salt Lake City, Utah. He was only 17 years old, October 7th, 1982. So he wasn't 25 years old, and he's 5'10", but I'm leaving him in there. Robbie ran from a juvenile treatment center in Salt Lake City, Utah, 10/7/1982. Brown hair, blue eyes. I really don't know who the John Doe could be, so I'm just trying to find anybody that might fit the description at all. We have this one, Mark Addison, San Luis Obispo, California, 22 years old, 5'9", brown hair, brown eyes. A missing tip of middle finger on left hand. Mark was last seen in San Luis Obispo, California. They don't know what happened to him either. Let's see. This one, Anaheim, California, April 16th, 1982, 5'10", 140 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Scott Murray Campbell. Look, a name I can't pronounce. He was last seen in Anaheim, California, April 16th, 1982. Police learned that Campbell had met two men, Larry Cowell and Donald, I don't know how to pronounce that, Damascio, and the three, were to fly a private plane to Fargo, North Dakota, somewhere between LA and Catalina Island. Campbell was killed in what police believe was a drug-related robbery. According to police, Damascio broke Campbell's neck and they threw his body into the ocean. Cowell is serving 25 years to life, and Damascio is doing life with no chance of parole. Campbell's body has never been located. So that's pretty horrific. Let's see what else we got. Tustin, California, Sean Kenneth, Phelan. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. 5'10", 150 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. So he went missing. That's like a year before. He was last seen October 1st, 1981, check-in out of Sixpence Inn in the Tustin, California. He had been depressed over recent divorce and family issues. He has not been seen or heard from since he was initially reported missing. He had been known to hitchhike from Southern California up to the state of Washington. So let's see what else we have. Charles Thomas Denny, Imperial County, California, 35 years old, 5'8". This is also a year before, brown hair, blue eyes. He was last seen in Salton City, California. His roommate stated that Denny went to the desert to treasure hunt. His vehicle was located in area of Harper's Well on Highway 78. We have this one, Stephen Charles. He went missing from, I don't know how to pronounce his last name again. He went missing from LA, September 1981, and like I said, this is like a year before, 5'10", 185 pounds, 24 years old. He was last seen at his home in LA. They have no idea what happened to him. And we have this one, November 25th, 1981, Seattle, Washington. Benjamin Logan Bullitt, 5'10", let's see. A member of the family that founded King Broadcasting Company was missing and presumed drowned in Lake Washington after falling from a 65-foot yacht. A search for Bullitt began shortly after 1 a.m. when officers received a report that he fell overboard from the yacht Pegasus near operator of the Arlington Antiques in downtown Seattle had planned to sell the yacht to the Bahamas. 2 other people were aboard at the time of the incident. A 29-year-old woman was in the water with Bullitt and was pulled to safety by a third person. He was never located. I wonder if they did find his remains. I know there was one that was found in the water, and I don't remember what year, but they had like some kind of key or something that sounded like it could go. Like if you were on a yacht or if you were on one of those big boats where you worked on the boats or something. And I can't remember where it was found in the water or what year, but I know I did a video on it. So those are the John Does I could find that might fit the description. Of course, it's possible it's somebody that wasn't reported missing. So I don't know who it could be at all. If you know who it could be, if you have any idea who it could be, please contact authorities and let them know. Any information that you have, you should always provide that to authorities to help them solve the crimes in the case and to help the families have the closure that they should be able to have. And don't forget to pray for their loved ones and their families. Please feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.